Hello everybody and welcome back to Transport Fever Tutorials. um, what we're going to look at today is blocking and preventing AI growth. I've been asked a few times about how I use the blockers, so I've just got a little map here. It's just a little square map. I've put four very big towns in, north, east, south and west. I've put a train line going round the outside, passenger service, and I've got food coming in. I'm not going to add anything else. I'm just simply going to build something in the middle here, and then I'm just going to let it run and see how it grows. I'll run it on fast forward, obviously. I'm not going to make you sit here for hours watching it grow, but yeah, we'll get something built in the middle here, and then I'll show you how to use the blockers, and then we'll let the town grow and see what happens. Okay, so it's part of a mod box called the Joe Fried mod box. That's Fried spelled F-R-I-E-D. If you get the full mod box, you will get loads of roads, you'll get loads of building stuff, you'll get all these kinds of stuff in there as well. You get people magnets, and there's tons of stuff I like to use, and I use quite a lot of it as well. I've got the church asset on as well. The only assets I've got switched on are the Joe Fried mod box, the church asset, and I can't remember if I switched any other, and we're just running with the vanilla trains. I've got no mods on for the trains or anything. Oh, just a port barrel mod, just so I could add some extra cash in while I was just building these lines and stuff. Because I've started the game, trains aren't even running yet. I have just bought them though. Anyway, let's get back on with this mod box. Right, so what you have in here in the industry park, you can have this without all the roads and stuff. I'll put some links down in the description down below. One to the full pack and one to the stripped down pack, so you can just have these and a couple of others. It's called a collision object. It's written in German, but it says the same thing, collision object. These ones, the first ones, will give you a wall above the ground, and you can raise that wall up as well if you want, so you can use them as a barrier, and the AI can't build through them. It will always get a collision. It can build on the other side of them, which I'll explain to you in a minute. Okay, so that's the first one, and these are the ones I use, which are the T ones, and they go underground, so you can't see them, but if you go over them with a bulldozer, they do highlight. Now, before I put any of those in, the first thing I need to do is put some paths in. Now, at the beginning of this, you've got a big avenue there. It's quite wide, and you get people walking up and down it. We put an avenue through the middle. Yeah, go on. Let's have an avenue through the middle. There we go. Now, no traffic will go down that. So these ones, even though they say street railways, no, traffic will go down these, so I don't use them. I've got a picture of a car on, but these ones, motor vehicles, no. You use these for your footpaths in your parks and stuff, or anything you're decorating, and you will only get pedestrians. You will not get any traffic on them. So let's get a few paths in. I'm not going to stick loads of paths in. Because it means loads of blockers. It's going to mean a lot of blockers anyway, but I just want to give you an idea of how it works. Okay, so let's make a simple shape part like this. Well, people can get in and out. We'll stick a few people magnets in there as well. Okay, so we're going to want to go around with the blockers. If you want to put any buildings in, put the buildings in before you put the blockers in. And if any of the mods or any of the assets that you're putting down, if they're collision assets, then you need to put them in before the blockers as well. Okay, so we've got T1, which is the shortest length. That'll give you on that long. T2 is double, T4 is double that again, and T8 is the longest one. So the longer ones are handy for filling up some spaces. The only thing with the longer ones, if the ground is uneven, they will stick out of the ground. So I'll just show you. So if we put a T8 in there. There you go. It sticks out. So obviously you either use shorter ones or you rotate them so that they're not sticking out. Let's just level all this back off again. We don't want that one, we want this one. Okay, so let's get back on here. Get some T2s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and go along the edge of the road and go along the edge of the paths, covering as much as I can and getting as close to the paths as I can. If you leave gaps either side of the path, you will get houses, but your paths will also upgrade into streets, and then you'll get cars using them. But if you get your blockers in right up along close and get plenty of them in, then you're not going to have that trouble. But this is the reason why you don't put your trees in, because as you put your blockers in, it will delete all the trees. It doesn't delete rocks, but trees and bushes it will delete if you hit them. So it's best to get all these in. So I'll get them in. I'll go and do the rest of it before I set the camera off. Well, I'll just show you what I normally do. This just sort of fill in my. This is how I normally just fill my parks in. Just throw a few rocks around. Get some trees. Like a few trees in there. And then finish off with a few bushes. What the bushes do is just break up the ground texture and give you a more natural looking texture. So you are getting collisions with some of the blockers, but you will be able to find gaps in between them. So you can fill the areas in. Just go and put that church in. So go and stick a few benches around and stuff as well. You can decorate them up however you want. If you watch my videos, you'll see the level of decorating I go into, especially with the amount of mods I use. I have hundreds of them. Where am I going to put this church? I kind of like it to be in the middle. Just I'm just picky that way. Let's go stick it over here. Let's get some of these footpaths again. Now, right up to there. Let me squeeze a little bit more in. Just want to get the footpath as close as I can to the church. No, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, there. Yep, got it. Right. The path going across there. And then I'm going to put a people magnet in here as well. This is also part of the Joe Freed mod box. So you got people magnets in here. Set nature, commercial. I'll set 50 people a month. Yeah, because we'll get people walking through here anyway. So I'm just going to stick it under the building there. So you can't quite see it, but you should be able to select it, and then you can alter again later. So again with the collision objects, if you've got the graveyard mod on and you're using the gravestones, put them in before your collision objects. If you want to delete, what I do is I have random gravestones sometimes. Sometimes I have them in lines, like like a proper little cemetery, and other times I just have them here, there, and everywhere. But with the gravestone mod, you have to delete the actual grave afterwards, just so you can just have the headstone. And if you've got blockers everywhere, you end up deleting half your blockers in the process. So we'll get T4s in here, not quite. So we'll get T2s in. We'll just go along, making sure that you cover a little bit of distance from the path edge as well, because you want them in up to your path, but you also want them away from your path as well. So I tend to put them in sideways along the path edge, and that way you cover a decent amount of depth. Because if you put them in this way, if you put them in that way all along the edge, what I found out is that the AI will actually build houses beyond the edge of the blockers. Even if you've got a couple there, sometimes it will build a house a little bit offset from the path, so the houses don't actually need to be right on the path's edge. So you need to get as many of these in as you can. Try and fill up the areas as much as possible, and that should prevent the AI from building anything. You will find in some instances the AI does find a gap. I quite often end up leaving the odd gap here and there, just bits that I've missed because I've been trying to do a massive area or something. Every now and again you'll get a little house pop up somewhere. I had that with my golf courses when I built those. The first one I did, I didn't put anywhere near enough blockers in there. I had them popping up all over the place. I was doing my head in. But I just kept going back and are they going in? Yeah. I just kept going back, deleting them, levelling the land out again, sticking some blockers in where they've been. After a while it eventually managed to stop them all. But I had really rushed it because I just wanted to get the video done and get what I've built shown. I've been building it for ages. Okay, so I've done that side and I've done that side. I'm going to go finish off the rest of it, and then I'm just going to sit back and let the game run on and watch it build up around the outside of the park. I might come back to it if any houses appear. Okay, so that's how the blockers work. Right, so that's done now. We've got all the blockers in and all the trees and everything. There may be one or two gaps in here. I think I did actually try and leave a couple of gaps down here somewhere. So I want to show you. I want to show you where it'll build if it does manage to. I'm not sure whether I left enough of a gap though. We'll find out. But I also meant to mention as well, if you've got a larger area, make sure you get some in the middle as well, because the AI will try and build a road or something. If it can sneak a little gap, if it can sneak a small street through, all of a sudden you'll find a street halfway across whatever it is you've built. Alright, so might as well get it going. Might as well stick it on fast forward already. We'll get the trains coming out. The goods trains are on the way. I've only got the one depot, just linked it up over here. All the tracks cross over at this point here. I've got diamond crossover here and one here as well. So they can come down here and get onto any platform. So it's just a case of sitting and watching it grow now. It's going to be a while before all the trains come out. Oh, he's not going to get any food. I haven't connected the street up. Yeah, you don't have to have all these streets on as part of the mod. You can have it without them. What's going on there? Just give me a street. I need to connect back up to here. There, that'll do. A bit of a tidy up. Right, so that's basically how you use the blockers. If you've got any questions, please ask me down there in the comments. If there's anything you're struggling with, or if you're having any problems with anything, look at all those people. Yeah, ask away in the comments section. This is going to get fairly busy and fairly big pretty quickly, I reckon. Right, I reckon about from there, maybe wondering where the best position is to about here. Maybe a bit closer in. We can watch it grow up around it. Or do we want to watch the whole thing grow? Can't really see a lot from that too much distance. I think we'll go from about here. Right, I'm going to hit turbo speed. I shall see you in a bit. I saw one already. There we go. Or two actually. So we'll get rid of them. Yeah, that's where I left the gap there. So I didn't put any blockers up right up close to the edge, whereas I have done on this side. So I'll just simply delete them, flatten the land out if you need to do. Sometimes you have to do. Get the smallest T ones and then just go in and go away. Go stick it on pause and then go and put blockers in. And then if you do remove any trees, just got to stick them back in again afterwards. There we go. Just took a few trees back in there. Right, so back on with the high speed. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I just thought I'd pause it there. We've got a couple of interlopers to deal with. We've got a few houses. So yeah, the purpose of this is to show you, give you an idea of what's going to happen, how thorough you need to be and everything. So yeah, I need to deal with these. I'm going to go and delete them and put some more blockers in. And I need to go and upgrade the trains. So, and I need to go and get some money before I do that. So I'll go and do that now, and then I'll find another decent camera position, and then we'll go fast forward again. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Well, I'd say we're fairly built up around here now. Loads of people walking up and down the street. I could record this for a few more hours yet and just run it on and run it on and run it on, but I want to go and do other stuff. I want to go and watch TV and things, so that's built up quite nicely. I think I'm going to come back to this at some point, you know. Yeah. This was only meant to be a tutorial about the blockers, but it's going to be one mad looking city. Yeah, I'm gonna revisit this at some point. I'm gonna stick a load of buses in and things and see if we can't make something out of it. Everybody's walking down that side of the street. I don't wander around the park. Oh, they are doing. I should up the number on that as well. Has to get full. Get loads of people coming in. So yeah, that's how you use the blockers. And that's how you waste a couple of hours messing around recording videos, sitting here watching it grow. Yeah, so I'll do another tutorial really soon, maybe in a week or two. I think I'll do the camera tutorial next. I've been asked to do that a few times, so yeah, I'll have a look at doing that. So thanks very much again for watching. You've been watching Off the Rails. Good night, everybody.